of the people. And yeah, that was a good thing. Talking about did some actual first interviews on two of the families, so had a great and I know that several folks, I think Santa Papa John, you were watched part of that, didn't you?
Yes, sir. I did some great
So,
interviews, and it was interesting to watch how people opened up and responded to the questions.
all right. And that's really what we're about. We're I haven't figured out yet how to the StreamYard recorded the entire uh live stream. So it'll record up to 10 hours of live streaming. So now I got to figure out how to download it and slice and dice it into more manageable segments so that folks who want to watch parts of it can, rather than having to commit to a 9 hour slog that I did.
One step at a time, Dennis.
I hear you, my friend.
Bob, how are you today?
He's Bob. Look, I think he's trying to figure out how to get everybody else back into this. Holly, I've been meaning to join your Tuesday groups, but it seems like every time I say to myself, I'm going to join a group, I either have something else that has popped up and interfered, or I've forgot, lost the link to your meeting. So I would dearly love it if you could resend that to me.
Thank you so much, Dennis. Thank you. I will go ahead and resend it to you. I could put it
Thank you.
in the chat as well too.
Super.
Thank you.
I'll go ahead and put my stuff here in the chat too.
Okay. I did.
Well, I
And
will say that the last link, the link to the Facebook uh, recording is no longer there, but so I got to figure out how to get that so people can view it too. But yeah, that last link was the event we did in August, where when we were on the USS Midway and presenting our first book to the family, and that was a pretty powerful event, I think. So. I hope Bob's doing that. Why don't we use the time? David, can you tell us about yourself?
Yes, I was just good morning, everyone, for the fifth or sixth time, I think. Uh, I am based out of San Diego, California. Lived here for the last 45 years or so. I'm a local realtor, love people, so I treat real estate as a business first and then real estate second. And why I say that is because I come from a business background. I
Hmm.
got into real estate at the latter part of my career. It's been about 12 years now. So, yeah, just living the dream here in America's finest city, as they say, and enjoying every minute. And I'm a true people connector. I love people. I love networking. I've been doing it long before it got popular. So, that's what I do. And I guess that's how I discovered you guys. And that's why I'm here.
Oh, great. Good to
I'm
have you
glad
here.
you discovered us.
If you haven't
He
put your
speaks.
contact information in the chat, please do. And everybody, please save the chat so that, and I forgot to do that last time. I thought we were going to be on longer.
And last but not least, I'm very persistent because I'm still online here.
Absolutely.
Well, you got a
Eileen,
little, there's a little white in your beard, so or your hair. So I suspect you're over 30.
yeah.
I'll live dangerously and say I'm over 50.
Yeah.
Hey, but the 50 is the new 30, so you're okay, David.
So, Eileen, you spoke on our last little when we were on before here, I think, correct?
I
Did
did. Mhm.
okay. And Bill Schweber, I think that we were listening to you when everything went kaput. So that
Kaput? That's not a nice way to say it. Yeah, been kaput. Bottom line is I do IT data forensics, major litigation. So if you lost $1 billion, I can help you find it and work on some big cases. Lately, I've been doing a lot of AI and LinkedIn,
All right.
and the two mix very well together.
Excellent. Excellent. Thank you. And I know you have your info in the chat here. All right, Dan Brown, thank you for your persistence and you're here. Can we hear about you?
Sure, thank you. I'm a business consultant in AI, and I was in the energy space, and I still am. I invented a self-charging fuel cell that I'll bring to market. But I actually started in construction. But if anybody here wants my long resume, I'm happy to send it to them. It'll have all the details in there of what I'm building. But my main focus now is AI because what I used to do in a year or 2 years, I can do within an hour. So I'm passing all those savings on to my clients and customers, and I'm funding the thing 100%. So
Oh,
that's the new approach. It's called the OpEx Optimizer. It probably will revolutionize business, being that I am a platform builder for business. And I've got another team and coaches, and I'm finding that I'm raising the small business success rate by about 2,000 to 3,000% by
Wow.
integrating AI into the business.
excellent.
So the OpEx Optimizer is my best tool. I'm also coming out with an app. When you use the app, you will get an APR of 2%. So I'm building all these AI tools. It's a 0.5% ahead of the banks, and it's guaranteed. So when you use the app, you're always making money, and you'll never have a fee that you'll ever have to pay. All of our infrastructure is FDIC banks, 100% guaranteed and insured with the FDIC insurance. And so I run on those banking platforms. And there's a
Excellent.
lot of capital available for everybody. Sometimes they don't know where to go get it and access it. And that's what we're for. We built a fintech company, and now we're in between the customer and the bank.
Excellent. Thank you, Dan. I saw that you do have your contact info in this chat here too, so we'll save that. We'll definitely want to chat
Well,
with.
thank you for letting me tell you about my new self, AI.
All right, Santa Papa John.
Thanks, Dennis. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are. I am the master of happiness. That's the new tagline. Folks, it's all about sharing and caring. And I had a wonderful conversation with our fearless leader, Bob, yesterday. He called me and we end up having a just a 10-minute conversation that went on about 6 or 7 times that, folks, I create happy, joyful, positive videos. I'm very forward thinking. I'm excited to announce that, I branched out. I do coloring books, I do t shirts, and now I've just done a cookbook. But I also have another whole website to support our veterans, the Warriors Beacon of Hope, where I'm creating a wonderful list of services so that our veterans don't have to be, I'm on the waiting list, and meetings. You can't go searching for meetings unless you're part of the club, the group, the organization that lets you know when the meetings are. And the other wonderful page that I've got on there is scholarships. We have children, we have grandchildren, veterans have children, have grandchildren. They are going to school, they are looking for scholarships. So I have a list of so far about 100 different scholarships on there for veteran families that are looking for resources. So thanks, Dennis. That's what I do. That's what I'm creating more happiness because we need to share a smile with someone
Absolutely.
today that we don't know because we don't know the backstory. Thanks, Dennis.
Absolutely. Thank you, Santa. I don't know anyone who doesn't love Santa, so
Yes.
thanks
So
for being
true.
here. Holly, can you tell us all about you and what you do?
Thank you so much. My name is Hale, as in hallelujah. To me, that means living with energy, great mindset, and optimal health. Most people live only a fraction of their life in true quality. And to fix it, you have to talk to a woohoo person for the mindset, a nutritionist or a biochemist for nutrition, and then you get the feng shui to fix the environment. I created a 90-day program to solve this simply and practically. I'll send you my morning action plan, which is only 5 simple steps that you can start immediately.
Yeah,
And,
no, I'm sure.
and make sure you try it for 3 days and then get on a call with me. I would love to connect. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Hale. Always wonderful to hear from you. Joe Nicasio, did we hear from you last time? I don't know if we did.
No, we didn't. Yeah. So, greatness without translation leads to frustration. What does that mean? I believe children are born as geniuses, then conditioned into mediocrity. I believe everybody has genius in them. The challenge is not everybody understands your genius. If the promise is clear, people will pay the price. If people really understand your value, of course they're going to buy from you instantly. The problem is the confused mind buys nothing, okay? And I think that's part of my job is to help you translate your greatness into clear messaging, clear marketing, clear conversations so people get it. They get who you are, they get what you're about. Because when people understand your value, they will buy from you. And if they don't understand, they will not buy from you. And I think far too often we speak in terms of lingo or jargon, our own internal language. Experts speak in the language of expertise and its complexity, but marketers speak in the language of clarity
Okay,
and
well, I'm in the
simplicity
meeting, so I'm going to hang up. All right.
so that people get it.
Bye.
Uh,
When people get it, they'll buy. When they don't get it, they won't buy.
got it. Appreciate it, Joe.
Reach out if you need help.
And I definitely want to have a conversation with you. I just got to carve out some time on my calendar here, man. All right. I think next up is, I apologize in advance because I will probably mess up your name. Warimu? Did I get that close?
That's close enough. It's way removed. And
Okay.
I think that this is my second meeting, so I'm excited to be back. I'm a brand architect, and I basically help founders to identify their brand, define their story, and position themselves well in the market. So basically, people don't forget you. And I do brand assessments. That's why I overlook your whole brand and tell you where you need to improve and what you can do. And I also help build brands from scratch. So I think that's all I have. And I look forward to connecting with you all. Okay, bye.
All right. Excellent. Well,
Send you
my
the link.
screen is not letting me see the name of the person who just joined. I think,
Okay, you got it. Okay, bye.
let's see. I'm gonna, gosh darn it. Oh, there, no, you're back. That was just you there. Okay. So I think that we've heard from everybody except from Bob, and you've heard a little bit about myself. I'll go quickly with mine. I'm Dennis Schroeder, a retired Army officer living in Middle Tennessee. 6 years ago, I started a nonprofit organization called the Price of Freedom Foundation, where we research, we preserve, and we tell the complete life stories of those who died while in military service to our nation or proximate to that. We have one book that's completed. We are working with 5 additional families. We want to not only produce books, but also video documentaries. And I've got my contact info in the chat. I'm about to interview a bunch of folks for a volunteer marketing director position because I've got the problem of having a great vision, great mission, universal verbal approval, and zero financial support. So, so hopefully that marketing director will change that around. So, Bob, I think you're the only one who we haven't. Oh, wait a minute. Burke Franklin joined us here. So,
Hey, Dennis,
Good.
how many times have I heard that story if somebody's got a great idea all the way back to the guy with the 200 mile per gallon carburetor.
Yeah.
Great idea, big demand, saves the world, solves all these problems. I don't have any money.
Yeah.
Which
Yeah.
brings us to Biz Plan Builder, which is all about writing that business plan that an investor will believe. That's what the VCs in Silicon Valley would tell me is, Burke, show me something I can believe. And that's where you get into these AI problems and other things. But really, you need a financial model. They speak in numbers. So I've got a financial model on our dashboard, the business plan that helps you answer all of the inevitable questions investors are going to ask. You think about it, how hard is it to go out and make $1 million? Well, you're going on asking somebody for $1 million, and they want a darn good reason of what you're going to do with it that's smarter than what they're going to do with it. So the plan helps, and that's what Biz Plan Builder and Business Power Tools is all about. So let me know if I can help you.
Excellent. Thank you, Bert. Bob, now you are the only person we haven't heard from here.
The one and only, huh?
And only.
Okay, so thank you. I appreciate this, and sorry about all the mess up here. That I have no idea what's going on. I actually think it might be a Zoom problem that's creating this. Anyway, I have a team of people that work for me. I've managed LinkedIn accounts for well over 20 years, and I'm kind of an addict on all this stuff. And actually, most of the people that attend this group are clients. So I just really enjoy helping people grow their businesses because that's what it's all about, right? Can you think of any other reason why you're on LinkedIn? Just for socialization? I doubt it. You're here to grow. Anybody have any thoughts on this?
If you're not growing, you're going backwards.
You betcha. You betcha.
Are you asking for thoughts on LinkedIn or thoughts on this networking group or both?
Oh, all of the above. I mean, it all blends itself in, doesn't it?
Isn't there about 1 billion people that are on? Isn't it almost 1 billion now people there that have been through LinkedIn, at least have
Yeah.
passed through? That's
Yeah.
a lot of people.
That's a lot of
If you had-
people. It's a
If
lot of
you have
people.
something really special and sophisticated, you could be a multimillionaire just on LinkedIn.
When I started with LinkedIn, there was only 160 million members.
Wow.
Microsoft bought them, I don't know how many years ago, for $26 billion. And I went back within the last month and looked at their valuation of LinkedIn.
Yeah.
32, 33 billion. So there's a reason for all this stuff. It's got the highest income level and the most
Yes.
professionals of any website on the planet.
I'd like to circle back with you later on that, the LinkedIn. Okay.
I'm open. I got one other meeting coming up here with Dennis Schroeder. We're both vets. That starts. Where are you located?
I'm in Encino.
Oh.
I think it's fantastic you guys are helping the vets. It's really the small people that help the small people.
Well,
big government and corp, they got their thing, but you know what? They have a lot of tools we need, and it's amazing to me the corporate AI tools. I keep asking this question. So do you mind if I ask this question to the group because I cannot find an answer?
Sure.
Why did they give us these multi-million-dollar tools for free?
Because you're the product.
You're talking about LinkedIn?
No.
Any of them.
The AI tools.
Oh, AI tools.
Okay, I'm going to share something with you on the AI tools. I got rid of my CFO, my graphic arts, my editor, my writing department. Everything is push button. I'm saving over 6 figures I started 2 months ago. So 2 months ago, I'm saving 6 figures. Of course, I'm passing that on now to my clients. So why did they give us AI? And it's corporate that had it.
Yeah.
Anyways, there's no answer except for the fact that, they're going to make a lot of money. I mean, didn't they just say 500 billion for open AI? And
yep,
they're going to build new. I hope it trickles down to the small business a lot.
Okay, let me jump in for a second.
Sure.
Next week in New York City, there's Tech Week. Bob, could I share my screen?
Yeah, Mehdi, you want to share his screen?
I just request. Here we go.
You got it?
I got it.
Okay.
This is Tech Week for next week. Look at all the meetings.
Yeah, that's
yeah.
overwhelming.
But don't get
Oh, yeah.
dizzy now.
Insane.
Most
No,
of
I'm
these,
I'm already dizzy, but it's fun, Bill.
okay, most of these meetings, guess what? Relate to AI and VCs. But you would do great here. You go from meeting to meeting. Think I can help you get the VCs that are on the podium to give you.
Really?
Yeah. No, that's great stuff.
That's great. That's great, Bill.
So let's do this. Let's get back because somebody just popped on I can't see who it was that just came on.
Okay, but Dan, Bert,
Yeah.
why don't you reach out to me? I'm going
Yeah.
to about 6 of them.
Okay.
Cheryl.
Yeah, you're on LinkedIn, obviously, right, Bill?
Yeah, I also threw my information into chat.
Oh, yeah, I saved it. I got you in two places in, but you are on LinkedIn, right?
Yeah,
Are you on WhatsApp?
no.
Okay.
It was Cheryl that just joined us, and I know we're close to the end here, but would love to hear a quick intro from you, Cheryl, about who you are and what you do, if you wouldn't mind.
Oh, my audio is on, I guess.
Yeah, we
Good
can hear you.
morning, everybody. Sorry, a little late in this morning, had some other problems come up. Um, I work with a big company called Dreams Business Resources that I just joined not too long ago, and I was blown away by their goal to help small and medium-sized businesses. They can help large businesses too, but they really want to give back to the community, and they've got some special programs. They have about 12 different things that help people, but the one that I zeroed in on the most was the Section 125 payroll tax savings that can save any company about $600 to $900 a year per employee, and they save all the employees about a net raise of $80 to $150 and give them a whole bundle of wellness benefits, which I think is really important that we keep everybody healthier so we don't put all that burden on our Medicare system and so forth. As if you do preventative medicine, which I think a lot of people are getting more into, and this encourages it. It actually is incentivizing the owners to incentivize their employees to take better care of themselves. And the app that they provide them with all these wellness benefits also has a way to scan the face, which blew my mind. It can tell about 10 or 12 different things that are going on in your body immediately. And with AI, then they tell them how to try to better those numbers. Like if they have a low oxygenation rate, they
Cheryl,
will suggest what they need to do to get more oxygen in
not
their
to
body,
interrupt, but
etc.
I don't know if everybody's spoken here and
Yes,
we're
everybody
getting.
has. Cheryl was the last one.
Oh, is that right?
Yes.
Okay, so Betty went?
Yes.
Oh, okay, I missed that.
And the third or fourth time when with our on and off kind of meeting here. So,
I know it's
Cheryl, if
crazy.
you could please put your contact info into the chat, that would be helpful. And I know you probably can't see all the stuff that we put in earlier, but
No, I can see it.
okay, great. So that way we can all connect later after the group.
All right.
We got about 4 minutes left there, Bob. So uh,
Yeah, I actually think that this was a problem with Zoom, and I've been reading about it. Betty, you don't think so?
No, I think Dennis and Bill had some things to say earlier in the meeting about the way that the meeting is set up that could prevent this from happening in the future.
Well, hold on. Let me share my screen again. Bob, if you make this one little click change, it might help you.
Mehdi, set them up.
She did. You see
There we
here,
go.
this is the Zoom, all the way under options at the very end. Okay, it's normally hidden. So you click on this, you allow participants to join anytime. That means the host doesn't have to be in the room. So if anything happened to the connection, it's still up.
Yeah.
Yep, absolutely.
Yep.
Give it a try. It should take you 30 seconds. Guys, when he's not around, why don't we use the link and all meet together?
Oh, I love it.
We can talk about Bob.
Yeah,
What about Bob?
I don't know. Where
Wait
is
a
Bob?
minute. My wife's sitting right over here.
Yeah, we don't have time, but put the movie on.
Well, sorry about the mess up today. Not everybody attended. Usually we have a good 25 plus people show up, and I have absolutely no idea what's doing this. Honestly, I think it's a Zoom problem.
No, Bob. Click that one little button. I run a networking meeting, like 4 meetings a month. I come into the meeting half an hour early. I find people standing there talking. Oh, okay, fine. As long as you're having a good conversation. I don't care.
Yeah, Bob, I use Zoom every day, no problems.
Yeah, that will help to avoid the situation where, like, I was telling them about my board meetings. I have it set up the same way so that when my board members come in, that they can come in. I don't have to have started the meeting. They can join whenever they want to, and it has worked well for us over the past several years doing it that way. So
Yeah. Hey, Mycity, the picture of Mycity down below, that's the head of my social media. His name is Mycity.
yes,
And it's his staff that works on your account and all that good stuff.
right.
Yeah, let's get some of these problems solved so they don't come up again.
Yeah, Roy tried to get in, and he was supposed to present today. He finally just said, I'm not doing it. They'll try next week.
Yeah.
He couldn't get in at all last week.
I have a question. This is my first time here, and how often do you guys meet?
Once a week.
Weekly.
Same time, same place?
Yep.
I think Betty was the one that invited me. I connected with her somehow, so hopefully I'll see the link again.
You got it. Same time, same Zoom.
All right. Yeah, I use the same link all the time. I just put it in my calendar and use the same link, and it has worked for me. So
Excuse me, is this Friday at 8 a.m. every week?
Every week.
Every week.
Bob, do you send, I know that's a lot of extra work, but do you send us the
notices?
link?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes.
So I could just follow your lead and then get in.
You can just put the same link in your calendar and just say repeat
Yeah.
future.
That's what I do.
It reminds you and click on it and bada boom, you're here.
Okay, thank you. Yeah.
Okay.
You just get up early enough.
Okay, guys, before we end, look in chat. I posted the link to that tech calendar.
Got it. I see it.
Go take a peek. Some of the programs are excellent. Problem is, you have to be in New York.
Yeah.
Sorry, ain't going there.
Long drive.
Well, oh, Santa, can't you go on the sled? Zeus?
Well, I could, Bill, but sorry, New York is just not on my interest list.
Well, Bill, couldn't you just give us the nuggets so we don't have to go?
I'm only going one day to 6 or 7, from 9 o'clock in the morning till 8 o'clock at night, the whole day, but I blind them up.
Okay,
The nugget's real
save all
simple,
that
Bob.
data.
The nugget's real simple, Bob. Just say AI 100 times.
That's exactly what it is.
So turn on your memory bank and get all that data and give us all that good stuff.
All right, guys, I gotta go. I'll see you all next week, hopefully. God bless.
And then we'll see you in an hour.
Who?
Oh, he's gone already. That was quick.
Yeah, well, we have a veterans group meeting that takes place in an hour. So this is
kids
crazy.
gotta
I mean,
jump.
I can't believe why, either Zoom, my feeling is Zoom was having a problem.
No, Bob, trust me. Click that box. It was you that was having the problem. Since you're the host or you're my city host, if it flakes out even for a millisecond, the whole meeting drops. Once you click that box, the meeting will stay up, even if you're not around, even if you go down and stay
Yeah.
up. My only question for you is this your personal meeting ID? Or did you create this as a recurring meeting?
Yeah, this is a recurring meeting.
Fine, so then it should make a difference.
Yeah, it should make a difference.
You could have
Bob doesn't even have to log in. He could be out playing golf in the backyard there, and
better. We could talk about Bob.
Yeah, I could be doing something right for my wife for a change.
Yeah.
that'll
You
never
could put us,
happen, Bob.
you could put us
Give
to
it up.
work, Bob, and you go play.
I would like that, man. How do we accomplish? I'm going to have to consult you guys.
Okay,
Yeah,
meanwhile, Dan,
the robots are taking over.
okay, Dan, both reach out
Yeah.
to me.
Yeah, I will.
Some of the meetings I'm going to are that they're VCs looking for inventors, and the audience are the inventors.
I'd like to talk to you, Bill. So when this is over, I could reach out if you're available.
Yeah, give me a call.
I will.
Is your contact information in the chat? I can't find it.
Yeah, it's there. It's Bill Schweber. Hold on. Should be there somewhere.
I'm trying.
Yeah, it's up there. It's near the top.
Okay, I'm at the top. Health span with the great discovery.
Yeah, Bill's a regular attendee, so.
Bob, while they're doing that, could I ask you a question for like next week's agenda? Do we just do nothing and we just wait till the meeting and it's just impromptu, or what do you
Yeah,
suggest?
we usually cover the same thing. Everybody has 1 minute to speak. We
Yes.
usually have a good 25 plus people attend the meetings. And what I wanted to accomplish today, by the way, is, we're in a crazy world now, right? I wanted to reach
Yes, it is
out.
crazy. Yeah, it is.
I wanted to reach out to the people and say, what are your challenges now?
Yeah.
So there are big difference. There's another guy that co-hosts this meeting with me, named Scott Harrell, and he couldn't attend today.
Okay.
I think he's probably very happy he's not here.
Probably. Hold on. To end the AI discussion for the old folks, danger, Will Robinson, danger.
Danger. Danger. There's a lot of a lot of jobs lost.
Okay, now you're going to force me to tell a story. So about 5 years ago, my nephew, my brother-in-law's son, calls me up. And my brother-in-law is best friends with Mark Spitz. Everybody knows who Mark Spitz is, right? The
Right.
swimmer.
Yes.
So he calls me up. He says, you got to see this amazing interview of Mark Spitz. I said, sure, I'll look at it. So I went and I looked at it and I called him back. I said, that was an amazing interview. And he says to me, that wasn't Mark, that was AI. And
Wow.
I know Mark, so I know what he looks like. Couldn't
Yeah.
tell the difference. Could not tell the difference. And that's the world that we're in right now. So it's a little bit of a scary world.
You have to really vet that stuff because we're just looking at a computer screen.
Right.
Well, the Chicago newspaper published 10 books you've got to read this summer. Every single one of them was fabricated. They were by real authors, but there was no book.
Right.
No.
The whole thing was made up. And then, of course, the editors said, well, we're not responsible for checking that, which would suggest that is anything that comes out of your magazine, your newspaper for real? Anyway.
That's
interesting.
crazy.
It's interesting how fast technology goes and compliance can't keep up.
Oh,
You know,
no, you're right.
Regulated.
So right.
That's why I chose, and I know I'm putting a plug in for myself, but it's a part of the conversation, okay? That's why I chose to work with institutions and banks, not because I wanted to work with banks necessarily, although I have a little training in it, is the compliance and the regulations because unfortunately there's so much crap out there. And even with some of my clients or friends, I say, you're just looking at a computer screen. How do you know that's legitimate? Do you even have any monitoring tools? Do you have search tools? Are you searching the links? Because there's so, unfortunately, there's a lot of fraud. It's just unfortunate. As you're mentioning those books. I'm not
Dan,
having,
you
not,
got me
yeah.
started.
What?
Years ago, you're getting me started now. Years
Oh,
ago, I worked on a litigation where two international banks lost $1.5 billion fraudulently.
yeah.
And they had put international banks, they put the money into a US bank who was supposed to be the fiduciary agent and do certain things with it.
Yes.
Their compliance was like the crap. The
I
money
know. I'm interviewing institutions to make sure they're legitimate.
Oh, isn't that scary?
What's your process? And it's not easy, but hey, we do the best we can, right? We're just trying to do the best we can, trying to be good people.
Yeah.
Got to have your eyes open, though. If you don't have your
I'm
eyes
shocked
open,
at
you look for it.
all the things that I've bought online. I get an email from PayPal saying, "Hey, you just paid this." I get an email from Best Buy. You just bought this from Geek Squad.
Exactly.
And all you got to do is wave your mouse over or look at the email from address and go, .ru or something
That's right.
like that on it.
That's right.
And my mom, she's smart, and she's 91, but she's on her computer. Look, I'm going to win the lottery. They just want me to give them some money. No, just delete
Right.
everything. It's like,
Well, I'm
God.
working with my wife on AI right now, trying to figure out how she might like me.
Oh, okay.
Oh, fat chance.
Well, ChatGPT just makes some stuff up there for you. You just
Oh,
good
hold
luck with
on.
that.
Word of advice. If you're doing that on ChatGPT, there's a privacy switch so that it doesn't share what you're putting in there to the rest of the world.
Is there a way to do that? Like I've got all this content behind a paywall. People use my platform to write business plans and stuff. I don't want ChatGPT. I'd like to use ChatGPT to work it over within, but I don't want that to be part of the LLM out in the world so someone could just use all my content.
You set the privacy switch so that it will work the way it normally works, but it won't share anything you put out there with the rest of the world. There's two levels of privacy. If you're the free account, it will take what you put and it'll put it in a 30-day hold, but theoretically it won't share it. If you do the paid version, but the executive paid version, it's supposed to be more secure.
So the paid versions are more secure without clicking the privacy switch.
No, you have to click the privacy switch.
But how do I put the privacy switch on my end so other people can't use it?
That's fine. The privacy switch on your end means anything you put into chat doesn't get shared with the rest of the world.
I understand that, but someone could subscribe to my business plan, be looking at the template, and I want them to be able to edit that template with chat, but I don't want my subscribers using my system to be using the AI and have the AI think that's fair game.
You can't stop that.
That's what I was afraid of. Yeah.
So Bill, are we gonna have a lot of duplication because all this data is going down to these chatbots? It's all like going down to a funnel.
That's part of the fear.
It is. But let me tell you something. I went to Legal Tech, which was all litigation technology about a month ago.
Right.
Every other table at the exhibit hall was AI.
It's typical. I was talking to my partner. I said, this is going to be redundant at some time.
Yeah, but hold on.
Okay.
All of the legal AI vendors, the one thing they do is it's a closed system. They train the AI engine on a distinct set of legal material. They don't go to the New York Times. They don't go here. They don't go there. It's very finely tuned so that the AI engine doesn't hallucinate as much.
As much. Yeah.
No, you can't stop.
Just the people do using it.
That's a different story. But it's not pulling stories from novels to say Joe killed Mary and whatever. No,
No, that's a good point because I haven't seen that yet. I've only been using it a couple of months, and it's been fantastic for my work. But yeah, I haven't seen that yet. What you said.
you will. You will. I used AI to look at a specific company, and they told me the company does this, the company does that. And I said, okay, where did you get this particular line? And it gave me the reference. They got it from their website. So I said, are there any other sources like this? Nope. So it's pulling stuff that's fraudulent because the guy put it in his website. He doesn't do that really. He just says he does.
Right.
I've had some interesting experience where I've put in compare business power tools or biz plan builder to specific competitors, and I put in their website, and it comes back with like, you're really great, they suck, which is really interesting, and so
There's one more thing you can do. If you have the paid version, there's a deep dive button. I think you have like 15 or 20 of those a month. You could say, I'm doing the research here, and you give it a nice prompt to do the research. It comes back with the answers. Then you say, I want you to do a deep dive. It tells you it's going to take me 20 minutes, 30 minutes, whatever. And it comes up with a whole bunch more information. It is unbelievable.
Grok has been doing that. Like I'll just put something simple in there, and it'll have like 300 articles on. I have to tell it to calm down.
yeah.
It's too much
Yeah.
data. I really almost am talking to it like it's a neural human, and I know it's not conscious, but I said,
Okay, hold on. I'll ask you $1 million question. Are you ready?
well,
How do you write the prompt to get the best answer possible?
wow. Well, if you're asking me because there's a group here is I have a process of how I write the prompt. So I'm a real analytical person. So I can start off with something very simple or basic in the prompt, and then I try to refine it down to the least common denominator. And I keep going down, 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 and I go down as far as I can until I can't go no further on the prompts. And I'm finding that works really well for me that I actually can get the real data, the real documentation. Now, of course, I take my consciousness and match it with it because I have the real industry background. So, that's an advantage for me. So mine is not a simple answer. That's how I'm going to tell you. Mine is not. Mine is a very difficult, long process. And I talk to AI, unlike absolutely my clients would never talk to AI like I do. They might even be embarrassed to say shut up or something. I don't really say that.
Okay, hold on. You're very close, and if I'm wrong, let me know. The way you do it, you say, AI, can you build me a prompt to do this, 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 this? And out comes a prompt, not the results. It's giving you the prompt. You look at what it gives you and it says, expand on that section. Give me a SWOT analysis. Do that and do that. And it keeps changing the prompt. You haven't done a query yet. You're
Right.
using AI to build the prompt to do your query.
I like that one. I don't think I've been building the prompts. You actually can do that, huh?
You could actually do that. And the prompt, just the prompt, could go on for a page and a half.
One of the interesting things AI is teaching us, even though it's dumbing everybody down, is we're getting better at asking questions and better at giving direction. That's one of the things I find that, I have a pet peeve about people giving me directions to their house. But AI, you've really got to be specific. You've got to give it a good prompt. And that's good practice for us. You've got to ask good questions. That's good practice for us as well. So, because most people can't communicate worth a damn.
I'm giving you all these $1 million things. Bob's head is spinning. You ready?
Okay.
Bob, stop spinning.
I know.
Well,
Look at this.
okay.
A prompt library.
Oh, wow. Wow.
Look, industry SWOT analysis.
Yeah. Neat.
Each one of these is a prompt. I like, let's bring up this one.
So, Bill, I have to say something to you, Bill. Maybe you could answer this because I'm looking at your graph. I already have a thought about that, and that is AI is already doing what you're showing me, but of course, you're giving me the. I would say you're. I would say you're giving me. I'm going to use it this way so we can distinguish what we're saying and differentiate. Okay, and that is you're giving me the human intelligence in that chart. That's very valuable. But a lot of what you showed me and how I'm trying to talk to AI without your chart, and I'd like the chart if you're passing that on to us. Thank you.
By the way, it's not mine.
Oh, well, the picture was.
What was the
The
address for
click.
that, Bill?
The click was his.
The click was mine.
Hey, yeah.
What,
By the way,
what was
who's
the
this?
address?
Who
The
owns the
address
click?
Oh
Who
no,
owns
you have
the
to
click?
you have to register for that. That's
Oh,
not
okay.
just, that's just not a thingy.
Well,
Oh, I know.
now I know. Now
What's
I
the
know.
what's the address to register at?
I'd have to talk to the person who gave it to me.
What did you just
Anyway,
show
Bill,
us?
I'm finding AI is doing a lot of that already.
There's a company called Chief AI Officer, and what